now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Long-awaited series finale for Invincible Season 3 happened. We didn't even talk. I don't think we ever recorded us talking about Season 2. So I guess we could just, address that. Just talk what your thoughts on Season 2. And then we'll talk about Season 3.
Damn, Season 2 was like so long ago, bro. I have to kind of like refresh my mind. What was like a big point that happened in Season 2?
So Season 2 was the obviously it started off with like the introduction of Ancient Levy, showing the evil Mark and his dad, and then he gets teleported, and then we find out what happened with pretty much like he brought all of his multiverse people together. You know, he got together, did the machine, brain fucked up. You know.
Okay, yeah, I remember now.
The majority of the Season 2 was pretty much him like trying to overcome what happened with him and his dad, and then halfway through the season he meets up with Omni-Man on the planet. He gets his brother, you know, and then the season finale was when he fought Ancient Levy and he threw the portals and shit.
Yeah, and then Adam Eve, the future version of Adam Eve came and saved him. That was a good season, bro. Like, Invincible has been pretty solid all the seasons. Like, every single season so far has been pretty solid. But specifically for that season, I felt like that was the beginning of seeing like that Mark is gonna start making some mistakes as a person and as a hero, because legit, like, I remember finishing watching that season, I was like, damn, this dude, like, he killed someone, bro. Like, he never does that. He's supposed to be like the superhero, like Western idea of superheroes, like you're supposed to be the good guy and never lead to doing the bad guy things. And I was super shocked when he killed Armstrong like that. And I was like, yo, like, what does this mean? Does this mean he's gonna like start killing more people, or is he gonna like really change and make sure something like that never happens again? But then again, I'm looking at this situation, I'm like, he had no choice. Like how was he gonna stop him without killing him? Because this dude can literally teleport anywhere he wants and mess with his life.
Yeah, and come to find out, he never killed him, and he brought something 10 times worse in Season 3, which is the Invincible War, where he brought all the Invincibles back. And so it's like, that's why he has that dilemma. It was like, damn, even if he went through all that like trauma of him thinking he killed him, but he didn't, and now he's like, damn, I probably should have like really killed him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of all the shit that came with it. You know?
And what I'm confused about is like, why is he picking on that Mark specifically? Was that Mark responsible for something specific?
So how I interpreted it is pretty much he imagines all the Marks, like, and you know how he says pretty much all of them are evil, but that one specifically was like the cause of what happened to him, you know. So it's like, that's why he's, and also the fact that like that's the only like good Mark, quote unquote. So it's like it's like his images of all evil Marks, and that one Mark that supposedly did something bad to him, so he's kind of like focused on that one. I go focused on that one. That's kind of how I see it.
So you think like he's like, why is this one good? Like, he doesn't deserve to be good. Like, he doesn't deserve to have this comfortable, nice life, having a girlfriend, having a whole family. Like, you think it's like jealousy? He's like, he just pictures all the bad shit. And he's like, how could he be good? Like, he fucked up my whole life, and this guy is just chilling like regular.
Not really. That's not jealousy. I just kind of see it as revenge type thing. Like he's fucked up in the head, obviously. Like, he's not, like, you know what I'm saying? Having all your other dimension people inside your brain is gonna fuck you up. So he's not like, there's no like clear, oh, he's doing it, like, he's just a fucked up individual. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those situations.
Yeah. But that's one thing that I kind of like. I was like, that shit don't make sense to me. Like, yo, you hate this Mark, and this isn't even the Mark that's not evil Mark, bro. Evil Mark's the one that you want to kill. Why are you picking on this nigga?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's no real like problem. It's just the evil. But yeah, my thoughts on season two, I really liked it. It was a really solid season. I like that the majority of the season was handling like the repercussions. I feel like the one thing that this show highlights it, but like just Western comics in general just highlight like just like repercussions of like of every action that you take. You know what I'm saying? Like every single thing that you do leads to something else, and like it actually like not saying obviously comparing it to like anime, not saying what happens in anime doesn't burden them, but I feel like more like as a superhero that shit happens to you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Versus like in like let's say like an anime main character, you might have like a bad tragic backstory or something, but that doesn't mean like terrible shit happens to you every day. Like compared to like Peter Parker, like everybody dies around him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like an everyday situation versus like like one person died at the beginning. Well, Ben was that situation still. I mean, but yeah, like going into season 3, there's a lot of just focus on the repercussions of his actions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he thought he killed Angstrom, so he was carrying that burden until he found out he really never killed him. Still, I think that's just a cool part of the show. But yeah, I guess what's your thoughts on season 3, man?
So season three was interesting because I felt like that was like right after when Ancient, like we thought he was dead, then we find out like, well, we don't find out right away that he's alive. But then we see the aftermath of Mark living after that, and also having his brother Oliver, who I find to be a cool, interesting character because like I wonder what directions he's gonna go. Like, is he gonna fall on the dark path like Nolan, or if he's gonna essentially be a good guy like Mark? And that storyline I found really interesting because I was like afraid of Oliver, so I kind of understood the other characters who are afraid of Mark, like Cecil, through Oliver. I felt like that's what Oliver was there for, is to show fear, like why is Cecil behaving the certain way he does, because that's a little child with the power to like destroy a lot of people, bro, at once, bro. It's kind of crazy. So my overall, and then I also like the little backstory of Cecil and how he became the way he was. So that's why I found this season a little bit more interesting, because it was giving us like a little bit more like knowledge about the characters other than Mark. So I would rate this. I would rate it like a solid like 8. Like I don't really see anything too wrong with the storyline, and then I feel like the villains that were showing up in the show were really interesting.
Yeah, to speak on more of like the thing with Oliver, I think it's also the fact that he's not human. So like at the same time he grows pretty rapidly. So everything somebody says to him it's like it literally sticks with him throughout his life, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So like his whole perspective is so different, and the fact that like he's an alien, he sees people kind of like not as beneath him, but like they're just they're like normal people versus how just like I think it was like the third episode when he killed the Maulers. He's pretty much saying like they're just everybody kills, but they're normal people. You have the power to actually change shit. So it's like, yeah, he can fall either on the Omni-Man side or he could fall on the Mark side. So it's like, that's a really interesting one. I think, like you said, he's getting backstory on Cecil's fire. I feel like we got a lot of backstory on a lot of characters. Like, I mean, even like Rex, you got a little backstory on him finding, like him explaining his origins. We got a little backstory on Duplicate and how she has a brother and all that shit. Like, I feel like we just got a lot of character development in this season. Even like literally the final shot of the season before the end credit, where Mark's pretty much saying like, yeah, anybody that threatens me and my family, I'm killing them. Like, there's no games. Like he's done playing that like the fence pretty much. You know, people saying like he's standing on the fence. So it's like he's not really sure if he wants to make either or decision. I've been seeing a lot, like on the internet. I've been seeing a lot of people complaining, like, yo, he should have been killing people and things of that nature. And I just find it weird that like people are just so cool with killing. Like, even though like of course in real life, like if somebody threatens you, it's do or die. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when you're a fucking superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the power to do anything, so it's choosing to not do that, which is that thing that makes superheroes so like, oh, like I want to look up, like people look up to Superman because he has the power to take over the world, but he's choosing to do good. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it also makes sense to have that rule of not killing, because being a vigilante in itself is illegal. Like it's against the rules. So then if you start killing people, I feel like psychologically it's like what's stopping you from doing more. Like if you kill someone, bro, like okay, I have the right to make the decision to kill someone. So what would stop that person from determining like, oh, I have the power to like control and set my own rules? You know what I mean?
Like not listen to the government or whatever. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Anything that in that situation, and he said, even like him saying like, anybody that threatens me or my family, it's like a threat could be anything. So does that mean anybody that threatens you is instantly like needs to die? You know what I'm saying? So it's a rough situation. Like, but I just find it weird that people are like, yeah, he should have been killing people. Like, you know, like especially knowing what he went through in the first season, like with his father and like. And especially in the second season where everybody's pretty much telling him like, yo, yeah, you're just like your dad, and it's like he's trying not to be like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I enjoyed like all like I enjoyed the first, the second, and the third season of it's literally all character development where he came to the final conclusion where he's choosing like, all right, anybody that threatens me, I'm gonna kill him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's choosing that decision versus like Cecil being like, yeah, it's okay to kill. You kill whoever you want as long as you're killing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like as long as he's making that decision versus like, he's like, oh, this person's too strong. Like people were saying he should have killed Powerplex, and it's like he should have just killed him, and then like that would have just made him the person that Powerplex thinks he is. You know what I'm saying? Like. That's where like I disagree with people like, oh, like, yeah, he just kill anybody he wants, and it's like that's not the person he wants to be. And I find it a correlation to Miles, how like pretty much like everybody's telling him how to be a hero, and it's like, nah, nigga, like I'm gonna do what I like my own thing. I'm gonna make that choice on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna allow people to tell me what to do. The choices that he's made so far has gotten him to this point where he was able to survive the fight with his dad. You know what I'm saying? He was able to defeat Angstrom and all these things. And I feel like the choices he's made, they're not the greatest choices. Like I remember in season 3, I'm saying I remember like it didn't just happen, but the Invincible War where he was in the hospital with Adam Eve and she and Cecil's like, yo, they're out there, you gotta go fight. And he was like, nah, I'm gonna stay here with Eve. I'm like, nah, that's a stupid decision. 100%. I think that's a stupid decision, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can't get mad at him for that decision when he's a fucking kid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people forget that as well, just because, like I said, a lot of people are, like, anime fans now, so they're seeing shit with anime vision, like, oh, like a kid, like, Like if Mark was like in an anime, like he would be making the correct decisions. Like you know what I'm saying? Like where here it's like he's making the decisions that make him human. Like he found his girl's fucked up. Like and he knows that those niggas know where his girl is. Like of course he would want to stay there and try to protect her, even though that's a stupid idea. You know what I'm saying? He should be out there fighting the other marks. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the writing in this show is probably top tier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to writing in general, and I feel like they displayed that greatly this season, especially towards the end of the season more so than.
I just kind of find that scene a little interesting, especially afterwards after all the marks were gone. Like he didn't show it. I don't feel like he showed any remorse for Rex's death. Like I feel like as a character, you should have realized the mistake. I feel like he didn't see it as a mistake.
Well, a mistake as in like how could he have? I don't think he could have done anything when it came to the Rex situation. I think niggas was dying. Like that's it. Like you know what I'm saying? You should like. It's surprising that only Rex died. Like that's just to keep it to be completely frank with you. Two, I think that reaction specifically. I'm not like justifying it, but at the same time, like I said, a lot of people died. Like you can't like people wanted him to like stop and like start crying about Rex, so it's like. Rex is one out of like a million of people who died. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta keep moving forward. Like, yes, that's why in the next episode they have the funeral and shit. You know what I'm saying for Rex. But like in that occasion, that's why he went out to go like help and like like fix up the city and rescue people. Because of like he can't just sit down and like start mourning for his friend. Like there's no time for that. He has to rescue people, you know. That's kind of where my head was with it. But yeah.
I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, a lot of decisions I'm not justifying any of the decisions he's made, but I think every decision he's made makes him human. Because I feel like anybody would have done that in that situation. As a person who doesn't want to kill, imagine being forced to kill. What would that do to you? You know what I'm saying? And then what would that do to you on top of that? Finding out you didn't kill him and he did something 10 times worse. So it's like, damn, I should have killed him, or you know what I'm saying? It's like that it's like a dilemma inside him where it's like, damn, I don't want to kill, but I have to. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dope thing to see a superhero character have to face. I think there's a lot of parallels between Mark and like Superman, you know, because I don't know if you knew this, but the creator pretty much made like when he was creating Invincible. He was like the pitch idea was like, what if Superman had a son? You know what I'm saying? Like that was like the pitch for the show, or like the when it first started. So there's a lot of like parallels. Like one of the reasons like that I really like Superman is like he is that embodiment. Like he has the power to do everything, but he's choosing to do right. Like he's choosing not to kill people. Like he can kill everybody, but he's choosing not to. It's like that power balance that a lot of superheroes have. But like why people get mad that Superman loses fights, it's like you expect him to blitz everybody. He's not that type of person. Like he's not a blitzer. Like you know what I'm saying? He's the nigga that will try to talk to you before like throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those are a lot of people. I feel like they like idolize Batman, and not saying Batman isn't like cool, but like the darker heroes, like you know Deadpool and Wolverine. It's like the heroes like Spider-Man and Superman who are like courageous and doing things for the love of it. Like those are the people like people should like idolize more versus like the darker heroes. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel like it's like going back to what I was saying. I feel like it's weird that people we're begging Mark to kill so much. Where it's like, bro, he's a hero. He's not supposed to be killing people. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of crazy because I'm the opposite. I didn't want him to kill anybody. I wanted him to kind of solve the problem without resorting to that. But I know that's pretty hard to ask. That's pretty much a hard ask to do because the people that he's fighting, bro, is like it's beyond like trying to like go the ethical route because is it really ethical if it's leading to more deaths, like crazy amount of deaths? Like, bro, this dude got Omni Man again, bro. Like, just it's insane, and this is why I kind of like it's kind of a tough situation with the Powerplex situation we're talking about. It kind of gets me mad that Powerplex is having hate towards Mark. Does he actually like understand what actually happened? And like if he felt like he understood what happened during that day, do you think his hate would be so strong towards Mark?
No.
And why didn't Mark try to explain himself?
I don't think there was any explanation. Like I think it's just the same situation with the ancient Levy shit. Like he was just it's the same. Like you know how those sayings people say like, yo, people are just one bad day from like turning. Like you know what I'm saying, from going crazy. Like that was just his bad day. Like you know what I'm saying, like it was just that. And also on top of that, I think because he works for like Cecil and them, so he knows Mark was just fighting Omni-Man, but he wants somebody to be arrested for what happened. At the end of the day, like you know what I'm saying, like I feel like Powerplex would still have that. He would have that anger towards Omni-Man if he was here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he just wants somebody to go to prison for what they did, for what happened. Like people died and nobody went to prison. Like it was just another day. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like to add on that, like I feel like that's another thing I love about Invincible. It's like it shows there's consequences to everything. Like, Powerplex is just a consequence of what happened to Mark. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people are just crazy. It's just like it's just crazy.
But he's cooked. He is cooked. He's so cooked to the point when he killed his own wife, he didn't even take responsibility for it. He just said, "Fuck it." Like I'm gonna put that on. Like he's so gone, bro. Like, but I didn't find it. I ain't gonna lie. I did kind of find it fresh when I saw him like standing over that other Mark's body. I'm like, damn, he really was capable of killing them.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he got one. But yeah, I know there's obviously things I didn't like in this season. I would say I see people complain about the animation. I don't dislike it, but I do, especially after seeing the final two episodes, like the Invincible War and then Conquest coming. Seeing the potential of what it could be kind of gets me like, damn, like Amazon needs to step it up. Like I feel like Amazon doesn't see how big this show is. You know what I'm saying? And they need to put money behind this series. Like there's only 8 episodes. Like 3 out of the 8 episodes can't be amazing animation wise, and then the rest be kind of like static because people will notice it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel, like I said before, I feel like a lot of people are viewing this shit with anime eyes. Like people want like fucking Sakaguya, whatever the fuck that shit's called. Niggas just fucking running, just like do it like that. That's what they want, but it's like that's not what this series is. It could be, obviously. I feel like if they had fucking Mappa working on this series, but it's like the negative of that is that shows like that probably like we would probably get one season every 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I hear what you. I mean, my anime. You know, I'm an anime nerd, so like, I feel like people see like a one villain person like as a whole fucking arc, like as a whole fucking season, because that's how anime usually does it. So like the whole situation with the Marks, that shit had me so fucked up that was only like a couple episodes. I was like, damn. But then when you think about like the Justice League or like the old Justice League show, every time when there was like a big villain, it would be called probably like 2 or 3 episodes. That's just how superhero shows go. But it's kind of hard because like an anime dude always pitches like, okay, like there's a villain, he's gonna be there for the whole fucking season. You know what I mean? And I literally had to kind of adjust to that when I'm watching Invincible.
Yeah, yeah. Just like I was saying, it's anime. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it because of like how popular anime is and how cool it is. Like, you be seeing clips on Twitter and Instagram and say like, oh, it's just so fire. But it's like, there's other aspects. There's like other ways of animation, like Western animation. Like, there's shows like Young Justice or like Ben 10 or like Batman Beyond or like Samurai Jack, where it's like they're their own Western version of action adventure type of animation. It's like, and shit, and especially going back to comic book superheroes, shit like that happens to them on the daily. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no arcs. There's just Tuesday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's funny because people were complaining about the Invincible War. Yes, it could have been longer. It could have, that Invincible War, that shit could have been an entire film if niggas really wanted to like draw and drag everything out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in the comics, the Invincible War was only like 3 or 4 panels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was only so much. And on top of that, they don't have the rights to every single character. So it's like I feel like the series is making the right decisions to make it popular. Because if you look at like I was watching interviews about like the creator and shit, he was saying like Invincible was never popular. Ever. Like, the comics, like, it never, like, there was about 4 times in the comics run where he was like, yeah, this is it. Like, we're done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when he first started making the show Invincible, he was talking to, like, the publishers, and he was like, yo, wait until issue, like, they just started, like, issue, like, 3 is out right now. And he's like, yo, wait until, like, issue 25, like, that's when Omni-Man turned evil, and that's when like that whole plot was like going through, and they're like, nigga, this there's not gonna be 25, nigga. like he's like, make it like 5. So that he had to like push it all the way up to like issue number 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus where he wanted it to be issue 25. And even then, when he pushed it up, it boosted sales a little bit, but it still wasn't popular like Batman or Spider-Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the entirety of its run, Invincible was never popular, you know? So the series is making the right decisions to make it popular when it comes to like, you know, media and TikTok and Twitter and shit like that, you know? Without that meme, the think mark, like, Invincible would not be as popular as it is today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like the series, like, to go back to the point I was making, the series writers and creators, they're making the right decisions to make it what the show is, you know what I'm saying? Like, and still keeping it like true to the comics. But yeah, alright, so we should get into it. Final thoughts, we'll just do like your rating. Well, you already gave it a rating, but yeah, just like your final thoughts, and also I guess what you assume season 4 would be like, what you think, you know, is coming up next, I guess.
So I said my final rating for it was 8. I would say the reason why I gave it an 8 is because I would say it's I felt like it was kind of out a little bit, not to say all over the place in terms of the plot. I guess it was kind of all, for me, it was kind of all over the place in terms of the plot, but I think it was what I was saying earlier. I have like an anime viewership type vibe, and I like to focus at one thing at a time.
Yeah, there was no
sometimes
main villain throughout the entire of the series. I know what you mean. Like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I felt like the main villain had nothing to do with everything else that was going on until the last 3 episodes. Like when Conquest arrived, which was ill ass villain to show up. Like he just kind of shows up. Like I'm so used to seeing like the main villain affecting the main character's life on a daily, versus just like he comes out of nowhere. So that's the one thing that kind of put me off a little bit. But other than that, the show was awesome. I would rewatch the season again. I do think that another problem was I don't know. I just feel like the crazy deranged like person is always like an easy route to kind of go with a villain, and I wish there was like more of a reason why like the two people wanna fight Mark. Like I don't like that Armstrong's is picking this universe Mark because he just wants to because he's all fucked up, and then Powerplex is this, oh, let's just pick on this Mark because he's the only one here to pick on. I feel like there should be a greater reason of why that person hates another person, but I understand that some people just go crazy and they just focus that craziness on one person, random person.
I guess before I give my ratings, just get feedback off of what you're saying. I actually think the opposite of you. I think there doesn't need to be a reason for the main character and the villain to like interact. You know what I'm saying? I think or like it's not a reason. I don't think there has to be a personal tie. You know what I'm saying? I think especially when it comes to comics and Western media, it's one of those situations where the villain is doing something and the main character just so happens to interact, versus where it's like I feel like in a lot of anime it's like the main character is living life and then the villain interacts with their life, so they're like they have to go after the villain. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel like even every villain you can think of when it comes to like Superman, Lex Luthor. It's like there's no personal ties between them. They just don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? Or like or Batman Joker. There's no real reason why Joker does what he does. He just does it. You know what I'm saying? It's just I think it's just the framing of it. Like Angstrom Levy isn't supposed to be like the main villain. Like he's just another obstacle for Mark to get to his end goal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of how I look at all villains. Powerplex specifically was used for he's used to put the pretty much the eyes on like the people who were there in Chicago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you personally had powers and lost somebody in Chicago and didn't know what was happening, you know what I'm saying? You would probably go out and do some crazy shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's no real personal reasoning there. It's just kind of like once you've made your mind up to do something, you're gonna do it. Especially if you're like I don't know how long that Chicago shit happened. Let's say it happened 2 years ago because that was like when season 1 happened. For 2 years, Powerplex has been sitting and fucking like manifesting all the shit he would do to the person who killed his aunt and his stepsister. You know what I'm saying? As far as his niece and his stepsister, or whatever. So it's like 2 years of manifesting and going crazy, and then the wife feeding on to his shit. Like that would fuck up anybody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. To continue on to the rating, I would give this season a 9. I think it's just as good as the first season. Obviously, what made the first season so good was the Omni-Man stuff. But I think that obviously the season couldn't have. But I think the moral dilemma that has been going through this entire season was just as interesting to me as like the whole Omni-Man Mark situation. Just because, like, even thinking about season 3, the episode, season 3, episode 3, where we're following the gay couple, how they're like, yo, we don't want to rob banks anymore. Let's just get a job and we're seeing the backstory of all these people and the moral dilemmas. Like, and every time they're doing something bad, and then a superhero comes in, you hear evil music. It's like, if you switch the perspective, they're just trying to live. You know what I'm saying? Versus like them just trying to do bad things. Should Mark kill them for robbing a bank? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's those questions, those moral dilemmas that I really enjoyed in this season specifically. Especially the Mark and Cecil back and forth. I really enjoyed that because they were both right and wrong. You know. What I think is gonna happen in the future, I do know like certain things about like the comics, but obviously the show takes its own direction and it obviously doesn't follow everything. I think next season we should get more of Nolan. You know what I'm saying? We should get some more Nolan, which is gonna be fire. And I wouldn't be surprised if we will 100% get introduced to like more Viltrumites and like their whole shit. You know what I'm saying? I think we're 100% gonna get more of that. Because I think after Mark makes that decision to kill people, I think things start to get real crazy when it comes to like the Viltrumite war and all that shit. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. I don't know where that Damien Darkblood shit's going. I just know the creator said he really liked Damien Darkblood and he wanted to do more with him. So wherever that goes, I'm excited to see. Honestly, I feel like the show has been hitting on all cylinders. So I feel like there's nothing. It can only go up from here, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I really wonder what that means when Mark says he's going to start killing people. Like, when he's going to determine when he has to kill someone or not. Like what you said, like the bank robbers is like, and how is Oliver going to take that information? He's like, no, like, if you're saying we should kill people, what's wrong with killing people that are doing small crimes versus big crimes?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of worried about that, but we'll see.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but you remember when Adam Eve took off Mark's clothes and it like was melting and shit. I don't know if this is a fact, but from what I assume, I just assume that like her powers are evolving. That's what that was symbolizing.
Yeah, someone was saying something about, like, it was like a spoiler a little bit on TikTok. Someone was saying it had to do something about her giving birth, like she's like pregnant or something like that.
I mean, that was like. But I'm assuming that was the first time they had sex. I don't know. They could.
No.
They could.
Nah, he piped it down before that. He piped it down.
But from what that could be true, but from what I see, I just assume it's because of what happened to her. The mental blocks are gone, so her powers are just getting stronger. That's just what I'm assuming. She could be pregnant at season 5 is crazy. Like, I just like nigga just left high school and shit. You know, I don't know. But
I just feel like she need to be scrapping better, like she did in our personal TV show episode.
I think the last her versus Conquest, that was pretty like that was like the hardest she's fought in a while. But
yeah,
also,
that's true.
Before we end, I want to address that too. I feel like people say that a lot about her. I feel like people say the same about Mark. But like I said, I hate to keep bringing it up, but a lot of people are viewing this shit in the anime eyes. They're not fighting to like destroy them or defeat them. They're fighting to stop them, like to apprehend them. You know what I'm saying? Like Adam Eve would never need to go that all out on a random normal nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's the same with Mark. Like, yes, like Mark can like blitz a lot of niggas, but I feel like that's not what he's trying to do. You know? That's just, I don't know. That could be cult, but that's just kind of how I see it. Like superheroes are never trying to like, all right, let me use my ultimate attack on them type shit. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
glamour of wearing diamonds.
Diamonds bring
Status.
elegance and prestige. Their brilliance makes